Yo, 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 yo. Alright, so what's good, Shane? What's good? Alright, so in this video, bro, I'm gonna be editing this short. So we're gonna be posting a short editing today for this military channel. But yeah, so if we go to Google Docs, I got the idea ready for the day, the title we're using, and I got the script already ready. So I wrote that yesterday. So I wrote that using ChatGPT. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna actually zoom in real quick. So let me basically exit out of that. All right, so let me also send myself this channel because I'm gonna review this when I'm off live. I'm gonna review this when I'm off stream. So let's go to Discord. It was good to the stream, by the way. It was good. All right, so today we're gonna be editing for the military channel again. So we're gonna be editing a short, and I already got my short stuff planned. So. And I found out the reason why our shorts are getting ViewJail because y'all. So what happens is you pivot too early to a new title new title format, and the algorithm basically loses data on that title format. You see right here. So and you guys probably asked me, how do you know this, TayReese? Because look, I basically now analyze. I went back and I analyzed my script, my video, and they told me to do British for like 10 to 15 more videos. And then after 10 to 15 videos, if I'm still stuck under 1K to 5K views, that means then the topic is dead. The topic cluster is dead, but I'm gonna also show you a sheet. So let's go to Google Docs. I was basically just planning over it. So this sheet over here is called TayReese format YouTube short scanner. And what this YouTube format short scanner does, it basically tells me everything I need to do. So let's just find 3 to 10 competitors channels. And y'all notice what my competitor channels are doing, and they're falling behind variations. So variations, and you cannot get flagged for this. So I'm going to basically explain this to y'all what the variations of these titles formats is. So yeah, so I'm going to be basically making 10 to 15 variations of British because I'm not going to pivot, because if I pivot, then my channel is going to get ViewJail. And everything the algorithm basically built up, it's gonna lose signal to all that data that it built up. And you probably ask me, bro, how do you know this? Because, bro, I'm a professional coach, and I sit and I analyze ChatGPT, and this is what I do for a living. But yeah, all right. So the title we're gonna be using today is, let's actually duplicate this and go to Docs. The title we're gonna be using today is about. Let me go ahead and get us the title. So yeah, so the title we're going to be using is, so I went ahead and I made this for us yesterday, chat, so you can see British training confuses the U.S. Soldiers instantly, American recruits. But instead, we want to basically stick with this like direct claim. He said, bro, do you do one-on-one mentorship? Yeah, I don't do one-on-one mentorship or coaching for free. That comes with a price because I have to go out my day to call you on a Discord call. And then you have to give me access to, so you have to give me role to your channel, role and settings. What I mean by role, I mean role and settings over here. You have to give me role to manually go through your analytics and review it to see what's causing it to get ViewJail. Is it the scripts? Is it the structure? Is it a pattern? What's really causing it to get ViewJail? So I don't do one-on-one coaching for free. It comes with a price. Anything like that's like $100 to $200, of course. But yeah, so. Stable mid-range, but a lot of these streams are free though, so free for y'all to do. All right, so a lot of these stable mid-range, if you're hitting video 1, 3K to 5K views, 5K to 10K, then that's cool. But if you're hitting at least 500 to 1K, 2K, you're not escaping 3K or 5K views. That means your pattern recognition is dead. What I mean by pattern recognition, I mean we gotta follow behind a pattern like that. You see why U.S. soldiers, why British. So you see how it's falling behind, basically like a pattern. So yeah, so that's basically what I'm doing. I'm gonna be sticking to a pattern. So for today's title, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna basically go back over to here, and I made a project folder in my ChatGPT chat. So I made a project folder so where I have projects on everything I literally do. So I have data on everything I literally do. Alright, so I'm gonna show y'all the script that I wrote. So I'm I'm gonna just show you a script that I wrote. So yeah, so and I made so you see right here, we made 10 to 30 videos feeding the same algorithm signal. It says that creators, this is compounded views, audience looking, this is repeat spikes, 10K to 50K views, 100K, which wasn't luck. This is don't change your needs, don't change your structure, don't switch up random ideas, don't start rethinking after a win. But yeah, basically when you have a win, make another follow up to that version, but basically change the ending part, because that means you'll win. And you need to have like that consistent pattern. And then after 5 to 10 videos, what we didn't do is we judge it. We judge it with this prompt right here. So we're gonna select all. And what we'll just then do is basically go to our arrow, and then we're gonna copy all of our data, and it's gonna basically tell us what to do. So after 5 to 10 videos, but we don't want to pivot yet. We don't want to pivot yet. We're gonna stick with this, and yeah, we want to stick with this. Basically, the structure is order structure is pattern, because this pattern. It's called pattern recognition. When you have pattern recognition and you have lookalike title formats, it's easier for your channel to go viral over and over again, and it's easier for you not to get demotivated because look, you're falling behind a pattern, bro. YouTube is a pattern game. So today we're gonna be doing another a British commentary short, and I'm gonna be using CapCut, and I'm now looking for the script because I did the script literally last night. So yeah, I'm trying to look for the script. Alright, so this one was hit and assist clip search. Alright, so this was combat mass script for today. Alright, so it's combat. Alright, so this is the script we're gonna be using. We're gonna be US soldiers and British soldiers can go through. Alright, so this script, what I basically had AI do was I didn't like the first version. I had it basically fix it up again. So what I basically told her was, I don't like that version how the script look. I need you to go through it and fix it up manually, and it went through it and fixed it up. All right, so what we're gonna do is go to select all. We're gonna now copy. I want you to copy all this data over to. See, me coaching you, it's gonna be at least $100 to $200. You gotta think. Let's say if I was a rapper. If I was a rapper and I was performing, I would want more money to stay here to perform. You feel me? I won't be. You need money to live. You feel me? So I'm not gonna sit up here and coach you for free. Coach none of y'all for free. On one-on-one, when I'm off stream, what I'm doing is working on new niches, figuring out new ideas, and I really study new ideas for new title ideas. So I could then get them ideas so I can stay consistent with it. So, and then what I do is I figure out why my channel is getting ViewJail the way it is. Alright, so yeah. So I figure out why my channel is getting ViewJail the way it is, but one-on-one coaching is not for free. And I was having this talk with my mom. I said, Mom, if I'm going to be blowing up channels in millions, if they think I'm going to sit up here and do one-on-one coaching, me, mentoring, I'm not doing that for free. They got to pay me some money. It's like, say this. If you're, like, say if you're a rapper, if you was NBA Youngboy, you at a show, you're going to want more money to stay there to perform. That's NBA Youngboy, of course. So, yeah. You're going to want more money to stay there to perform. So, yeah. So, we do winning pattern summaries. This is what is actual working on the channel. This is losing patterns. It says content formula. This is next to 10 or 15 videos. You're going to do follow-up versions of that similar, already proven viral title. So, and I'm gonna get you out of sauce. So, if someone went viral right here, so this is broad. If you see something that did 13K views, that is something that's better on your channel. What you want to look for instead, you want to look for something that's pulling at least. So, you see, my most short pulled at least 45,000 views. We don't want to pivot yet. Now, what we do is we double down. What I mean by double down, we make more follow-up versions to the similar title. So, instead of us doing what is U.S. soldiers, we could do why U.S. soldiers, and yeah, etc. So, we do follow-ups. We don't want to pivot yet. We'll do it for 10 or 15 videos. And like this, so it says, we'll do why U.S. soldiers and British. This is what makes U.S. soldiers British training. This is USK. So we do follow-ups just like this. We don't want to pivot just yet. All right, so yeah. All right, so now what I'm going to do is now edit the video. So we're going to now get the script, and yeah. We're not watching no course videos. We're not watching no guru videos. If y'all want guru videos, I got 2 channels where you can learn coaching from, where you can learn YouTube automation from. But me coaching one-on-one, bro, it's gonna be some money, bro, on the line. You feel me? So yeah, it ain't gonna be for free. Cause one-on-one coaching isn't easy itself. All right, let me go ahead and fix this up real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and fix this up. Yeah, one-on-one coaching isn't gonna be for free because you gotta make me roll your channel, and I gotta copy and paste all your data literally to my TayReese chat, and I gotta see why your channel is getting viewed out the way it is, and then what I'm gonna do is then send you over a list and let you know the titles, what you do, and you don't pivot from this title yet. So, like, one-on-one coaching isn't free. That's why I'm charging you out money, of course, and it's gonna be at least $100, $200. I have proven results. I have proven about ways. I have more than at least 500 streams on my channel. So everything you say, oh, TayReese isn't no. I made more than 500 streams on my channel, and I'm gonna be close to 1,000 streams. All right, so yeah, and yeah, so one-on-one coaching ain't gonna be for free at all, especially with faceless channels. All right, let me go ahead and cut this on real quick. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be right back. All right, so yeah, so it should be on. It should be on. We should be good. All right, we should be good. All right, so yeah. It says HDMI signal. I hate when this PC does this shit, bro. That's why I like using my main PC, bro. That's why I can get the things done, but my main PC's in the shop. But, like I said, one-on-one coaching is at least $100 to $200 because I mainly got to go through your analytics and see why your channel is getting viewed out the way it is. The thing I do is a business and it's business related, so of course I'm not going to sit there for free and coach you. Like, of course there's going to be some bread. Of course there's going to be some bread thrown on the line. Like, I know somebody that stopped playing 2K just to do trades. So if we go, and I'm gonna show you, if we go to Twitter, I know basically somebody that used to sell 2K glitch accounts, literally like I used to do. He stopped playing a video game to come do this shit, bro. To come do his YouTube trading business. His name was Sports TNB. So, like I said, there's a reason why. I'm basically telling y'all why. I know basically somebody that used to sell 2K. He used to sell 2K sports accounts, 2K VC accounts, 2K VC glitch accounts. His name was Sports TNB on Twitter, and he stopped playing 2K to do trades. So there's a reason why I'm telling y'all that I'm basically charging y'all $200 to coach y'all. So you see, he has his channel Tempo Trade. So. And the advice that I'm giving you, you're going to have this advice where you could blow up multiple of your channels to over millions of views, bro. Millions of views, and you have more than at least 500 streams on my channel. And how do you know, TayReese, that you're legit? Because I have proof that it works, proof of results. I have nothing to lie about, bro. You feel me? And I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years straight. So if you want me to one-on-one coach you, it's going to be like, it's not going to be free at all. It's going to be $100 to $200. Like, you gotta take you on a call, Discord, you gotta give me roll your channel settings, and I have to go through your analytics to see why your videos are getting viewed out the way it is. And sometimes it don't be most majority of the editing, it be because your scripts are bad and your pattern recognition are bad. So yeah. You see, I got 18 million views. I have proof that everything I do is working. So nothing I do is fake. I'm legit, bro. You feel me? I can show proof. Most of your coaches can't show proof. So yeah, I'm literally about to start editing on this channel live right now, and I'm showing y'all. But if you want me to take you one-on-one for a coaching call and coach you so you can build up your YouTube channels too, that's gonna be $100 to $200. It's not gonna be free at all. It's not gonna be free at all. But if you want to go work with the other coaches, go work with other coaches, bro. If you want to learn from YouTube, learn from YouTube. If you want to learn from other streams, learn from other streams. But me personally, I'm not gonna go out my way to coach you one-on-one if you're not paying me no money for it. There's just no way I'm doing it, bro. No way I'm doing it. No way I'm coaching for free. Something gotta be made for this, bro. Something gotta be made for this.
Just you.
I'm not doing it.
Building your app.
But I have no problem with me posting these methods, these growth methods. It's like advertisements, because I'm eventually gonna launch a coaching program, and yeah. So, and I thought about it too, and I don't care if I'm being called a guru. I don't give no fucks. I don't give no fucks. It is what it is, bro. You feel me? Let me make my money the way I want to make my money. You feel me? But yeah. You feel me? But yeah. Launch a coaching program, and yeah. I'm gonna watch this video when I hop off live. I don't care if I'm being called a guru. But yeah, but if y'all want me to tutor y'all one-on-one coaching, it's gonna be $100 to $200. You feel me? Especially for me to coach you, and then you're gonna have document links where I give you script files, and I'm gonna give you access to my ChatGPT files. It's a lot. All right, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna 12 Twitter. I'm live real quick. And then I'm about to finish the stream. We're about to edit it, and yeah, we're about to get this short post. And then I want to see y'all getting midnight for tonight's stream. And this channel's at least about to head over close to 400K views. And then we're gonna go from 400K, 500K, 600K, 700K, 800K to 900K to 1 million views. But yeah, and the grind is 10 million views. But it's easy because my man already has 18 million views, and I have proof. So, and we can see that. I basically look for small channels that's winning, and I don't look for channels that are already getting ViewJail. I want to basically avoid that. My problem is avoiding channels that's getting ViewJail. We want to look for channels like under, so when you're doing YouTube, you want to look for channels. Of course, you got to have less than 100 videos, and you got to be pulling. He can't be stuck under 5K to 10K ViewJail. He got to be pulling at least 20K to 50K views. Like, it got to be consistent views. Like, let me show y'all. So if we go to his most popular, his latest video got to look like these. And it can't be hardcore editing. It got to look like 1,300K. It got to look like consistent views, but recently like this. Because look, I already found the channel that had 25 videos. Like, let me show y'all. And the reason why this channel is not getting recommended because pattern recognition. It's not falling behind a pattern. And most of y'all ask me, oh, can your title format patterns be flagged? Nah, not at all. 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 If you're basically, so let's say this. If you have a title and you make another follow-up to that video, you cannot be flagged. YouTube cannot touch you, nothing. Because look, if your script on stop and it's storytelling and it's telling a viewer's educational value, then you're safe. But if you're not, then you're flagged. But like I said, if you want to go work with the coaches one-on-one, go work with the coaches. But me, I'm not going to go out my way to coach you for free. I'm not coaching you for free. You got to pay me some money. Some moolah. All right, so there's a channel called Army Vibes. Like, YouTube is a business. We treat YouTube like our business. Like, YouTube is like our brand channel. You build up a brand. All right, so there's a channel called Army Vibes. All right, there's a channel called Army Vibes. Army Vibes. I don't sell courses, bro. No, I don't sell courses, but personally, if you want me to coach you, it's going to be some bread. Some bread that's going to have to be thrown on the line because you're going to be getting millions of views. And I already have more than 500 videos on my channel. So, yeah. All right, so there's a channel called Army Vibes. Armies_vibes. And I seen this channel last night. He was doing at least... This channel was pulling at least on most of his shorts. let's take out that dash. Let's remove that dash. And this channel is pulling at least right here. So Army Vibes, you see he's pulling at 9K subscribers. Let me go and make my camera a little bit smaller for y'all so y'all can see me. But yeah. Alright, so there's a channel right here. We want to look for something like this. It's pulling consistent views where he's not getting stuck in 5K to 10K views. He's at least escaping it. So when we look for niches, and you can see that he's falling behind a pattern. So you see the soldiers, and you can see he's changing the inning. So the soldiers, and when you're falling behind a pattern like that, it's easier for you to go viral again and again and again and again and again. Because look, the algorithm now builds up pattern recognition. It knows because look, you already had a lookalike title like that, and it went viral before. It's gonna keep going viral again. But yeah, but like I said, me coaching y'all 1-on-1, bro. I'm not coaching for free. But in this stream, we're gonna be now editing a short. So we're gonna be editing a short, and then I'm gonna hop off stream. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off stream. And I'm probably gonna post more methods on my channel, but like I said, most of these coaches over here aren't as successful as they want to be. Like most of them aren't over here. Like
seeing this face as explain it, I'm going to give you two options.
People keep asking, how do we actually get an AI agent on our team? Well, it's easy. Watch how I do it in 60 seconds on Monday.
Option A, and then ensure that if you are duplicating, you be sure to remove the animations.
Stealth there, crap.
And as you can see, ChatGPT one of them, just following the different method. If you want to be, you need to just source this. Go back to my notepad where I'm scripting out the idea and say outline, just list. And 3 was the military to give me the exact list. Feels better than
I wouldn't do niches like this, chat, because YouTube will eventually flag these niches for inauthentic. What I mean for inauthentic, I mean,
for example,
it's not explaining them to the viewers, or the only way these niches will stay around safely is if they're telling the viewers educational value. But if they're just images on the screen and it's not relating no message to a viewer, like if viewer's learning something, then they're flagged.
One of them, just following the different method. If you want to be sure, all you could do is actually Google it to make sure that this is what the plane looks like. So let's.
Yeah, but I don't need to learn from her because I have my own methods. Like how many views does she have? She has over 6 million views. My main has 18 million views. 61 videos, yeah. I don't like to compare myself, but most of these methods that she's showing y'all is what my main already have on my channel. So yeah. So what I'm gonna start doing too also is start turning some of these short form videos. So I mean some of these long live stream videos into actual long form videos. So if y'all didn't know, I'm running multiple YouTube channels. So I run more than one YouTube channel, and this is what I do for a living. So yeah, I don't gotta work no job like y'all, most of y'all do, but I run faceless channels for a living. I have another channel over here where y'all could actually start learning from. So over here is where I'm eventually gonna post my methods. I'm gonna post more of my methods over here. So where you're gonna learn from. So you see 42 videos. I want to try to put out more than at least 500 videos out on this channel for y'all where y'all can learn, and I'm gonna basically react to Groove videos, go over it, and then I'm gonna go over methods, what I think that's long term, and what I think that's good niches, what I think that's RPM niches, what I think is gonna be around for a minute. But yeah, so like I said, Blake has a channel where he basically does the same thing over here, but I have a channel where I'm running multiple channels because look, I try out formats, I test formats, whatever we give channels at least 1 in 30 days in. If we can't hit consistently what we gotta hit, consistent views, then we give up on the niche. And what I mean by consistent views, I mean 10K, I mean 5K. It can't be stuck under 1K to 2K views. If it's stuck under 1K to 2K views after 30 days, bro, then that means you're not as consistent as you should be, or you're doing the shiny objects, trying to jump from niche to niche, bro. And when you have no experience in it, so you gotta sit down and learn one niche first. And you gotta scale it up before you start scaling up more. And how do you know that? Because I run multiple channels, bro. That's what I do for a living, bro. So yeah, what I'm also gonna do though is I'm gonna remove all these channels right here. I'm gonna remove all these channels. I'm gonna just have these 2 channels up here, and yeah. So these 2 channels up here, we go to view channels. I'm gonna remove all my other backup channels because look, I'm turning my main channel into a coaching channel. Like I stopped playing 2K just to coach y'all. And yeah, so on this channel over here, I'm gonna eventually probably post most of my clips over there and what edited or subtitles on the screen, literally in long form, so y'all can learn YouTube automation. I'm gonna go over how to get a nieces started, how to edit nieces, how to plan nieces, how to post a nieces, how to get the title for nieces, all that. So, but over here on my main channel right here, you can learn more videos of me teaching you ways to break down angles, cluster angles, and I want to have at least 600 videos on my channel. But like I said, I don't coach people for free 1-on-1, and everything comes with $1, bro. So you know everything comes with a price behind it. Nothing I do is for free at all. But yeah. All right, so back to this. All right, so for today's title, we're gonna be doing, and like I said, my intakes on these nieces right here, I think YouTube will flag these nieces eventually. Because you gotta think, they're low effort, only images added to the videos.
3 years. I spent days keyframing in Adobe and
I think
rendering in
YouTube is
Unreal
gonna
just to
flag
get
this
80
niece or
views.
something like this.
I kept seeing this face as explain those, and then
Just because it's too easy to produce.
and then we have the image. I want to use this scene or this clip, and then I could just go ahead to do it. You see if character looks better.
Lockheed at 117.
Video, because then that'll. The first aircraft I'm showing is this one. So what I'm going to do is copy this actual video right now. So all I'm going to do is say both, but I'm going to say starts with A. So now it's going to ask you to paste in your scripts, and then it's going to add a visual cue to every line. Again, this is just to help you be able to generate your videos faster without stressing. So because I'm only generating the first section of this to show you guys, I'm going to go ahead to paste in just the first section of my script. But when you're doing this, you want to paste in your entire script. And now, as you can see from there, what it's actually doing is it's actually taking every sentence from my script and in brackets telling me the visual that I could utilize. Over here, I'm just gonna paste it in here so I know. And then from here, and save it to my computer. Voiceover character actually says the name of what you're only on enter. You could select character. Yes, okay, now that's better. Let me zoom in. So if I wanted to, okay? Add this in here. So now it looks like this.
Stealth aircraft.
And show that they're coming in exact matter too much. Or you could keep it and have your odd number in the choices. Keep editing your video, adding in your icons.
Alright, so yeah, so niece like this, I don't think will stay around, but I'm gonna review this video when I hop off live. When I hop off live, I'm gonna definitely review this video. Alright, so now we got right here is 344. Hey, so yeah, so my opinion is, because I'm liking it because she's having at least F1, F12 other airplanes.
Add a lot.
And this goes with my niece. This is something that goes with my niece, so I'm gonna look into this. But all that other shit, bro, all them other nieces, they're useless. So, like I said, let me make sure I send myself that on Discord, because I am going to review that video live when I hop off live. All right, so for the stream, though, we're going to be focused on this channel is about to hit over 1 million views. 1 million views. And now what we're basically doing is we're doubling down on what works. So we go back to our betters. We see 90% APVs. We see 89%. And we basically now do follow-ups to these two videos. So what I'm now going to do is we're now about to edit. So we're going to go to Google Docs. We're going to go to my script. And we're going to be using, I'm going to use 11 Labs for today. Yeah, we're going to use 11 Labs. Yeah, we're going to use 11 Labs. And I use a ChatGPT for the script. So I don't want to make things hard. I don't want to confuse y'all, but I use ChatGPT for the script. And everything you see right here, this is like ideation, title formats. And title formats matter a lot, because if you're doing bad titles, then you're gonna get ViewJail. If you're not sticking to a pattern, you're gonna get ViewJail. You feel me? So yeah. So it's important to have these title ideas and title patterns. All right. So what I'm gonna now do is scroll down. I'm gonna hit the arrow, and we're gonna scroll up. Of course, we're gonna now go to this, and we're gonna be using 11 Labs. So like I said, 11 Labs is kind of way better. And in my version, so in my opinion, 11 Labs is way better, and you can scale up multiple channels using 11 Labs. So yeah. So we're gonna be using 11 Labs, and we're gonna also be using CapCut today. Alright, so yeah. So let me go ahead and also, real quick. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna throw all this into a folder. But yeah, like I said, that niche that she showed is it's a bit kind of useless to me. You want to know why I said it's a bit kind of useless, chat? And I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Because I think eventually YouTube is gonna crack down on niches like that. Because there's no value added, it's just images and slideshows. So yeah, they want to see videos and images. Then that's different. If you're adding actual video and images and your script is telling it of your real story, then you're not gonna get flagged. This is U.S. soldiers and British. All right, so can go through. Yeah, so what I basically did was I basically all right, so I basically had my AI. All right, so we're gonna be using this. Yeah, so we're gonna use this. All right, so we're gonna use Rogers. We're gonna generate speech, and we could do
U.S. soldiers and
up
British
to
soldiers
5,000 characters. So yeah.
can go through similar training, but the experience feels completely different. In the U.S. military, training is very direct.
All right, so we're gonna go to here, download. We're gonna download this like this. And next we're gonna do is now go over to basically. So we want to go over to the script that we're using for today. We're gonna copy this. We're gonna go over to this. We're gonna go to ChatGPT. So we're gonna be using ChatGPT. We're gonna go to projects. We're gonna go to come back. We're gonna go to clip search, and we're gonna just throw our basically go to here. Let me see this. Let's scroll up. This is crazy. All right, so what about this one? This is crazy. All right, so this is the TayReese clip search. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is basically just paste my script here. Give me 100 to 300 keywords to type into YouTube for clips that matches your script. All right, so I got a clip search folder on literally on ChatGPT, so where it gives me basically clips where we basically type these keywords into YouTube so we can find clips. Yeah, so Timbo trades over here. He does trades videos. You see right here, and you literally see he's doing literally what I'm doing.
It's your boy Tempo Trades. I'm gonna be on.
I'm teaching ways to grow with YouTube channels, but he's teaching you trades. So, and this is sports team.
So
stop playing
if I'm just looking left to right, I like.
Yeah, he stopped playing 2K to do this. All right, so I'm gonna go to serious versus relaxed. All right, so what I like to do though is I like to now use incognito mode tab. So if y'all don't know what incognito mode tab is, I feel like it's way better than most of those AI tools out there. So we're gonna go to serious versus relaxing training. We go to sorts. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our clips over here, and if we can't find our clips, all right, so we see that there's a clip right here, and we're also gonna be using a downloader tool. So yeah. All right, so you see there's another channel right here.
This is how special.
And he's using commentary. So yeah, you can see that there's another short channel. 64,000 subscribers, 600 videos. You can see most popular, 8.8 million, 5 million right here. And he's pulling consistent views, but yeah. All right, so I'm going to also send myself this channel. I'm going to also review this when I hop off stream. But yeah, and I want to tell you that short form pages here I want cents. Long form pages more. It just really depends on your RPMs. Every single niche RPM is different though. And the ones who don't learn from my streams will be the ones who won't make it nowhere in life. You feel me? So yeah. So what I'm going to do is basically go to this. I'm going to type this in the course. I'm gonna type this in right here. I'm gonna paste this, and we're gonna see British Army P1 training. We're gonna go to video shorts, and we're gonna see that there's a lot of shorts over there. So let me also go to videos. Oh, so there's a lot of clips. Basically, we could go to a 12-minute clip, and we could download this clip and turn this into short form. So that's what we want to do. And we're gonna be using today. We're gonna use Trello. So if y'all don't know what Trello is a great board. So I'm gonna also sign up for free. We're gonna be using Trello. YouTube. Nah. So we're gonna use Google Keep. Yeah. So Google Keep is of course easier for us. So we'll just paste this there, and we're gonna paste a few of these clips we found. So we're gonna paste a few of these clips we found, and yeah. Alright, so we're gonna come down to this. Let's see what this clip is like. Alright, so this is 11 years clip. Let's basically watch it real quick.
Stand by.
Alright, so you want to get a higher quality one, of course. So let's see this. Let's see one like, we'll grab more keywords. For the safety part of it, we'll grab more keywords. And it's important that you make sure you get the right keywords because you want your keywords to match everything that the script is basically saying. So you don't want to show the wrong moments at the wrong moments of it. But yeah. And a lot of people who stay locked in will be the ones who get far. The ones who lazy won't be the ones who make it far with a business, bro. Like a business model, you got to be working 24/7 and you got to know what works. Like niches die out, niches evolve. You feel me? So yeah. U.S. Army recruits yelling drills segment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically find a clip right here. So we're gonna use this copy link address. We're gonna go over there and we're gonna paste our link address right here. All right. So what I'm gonna have it do now is basically give me keywords from hook to payoff. So when I do this, it's easier for basically AI to give me keywords like that for the right moments of when the script is happening. So we basically told it give me keywords for hook to payoff. All right. Now what I'm gonna basically do is now come up to here. And we could go to military training, US, UK. We go to shorts, and we could try to look for one with no watermark on it. So like one right here, he has text on the screen, so that won't be good. Let's scroll down a bit more. All right, so let's scroll down a bit more. All right, so you can see this one right here, 1.2 million views 8 months ago, which if we use this, we have chances of us really getting pushed because we're using a clip that was basically already viral and it was pushed by the algorithm. So the algorithm already seen a clip like this, so we have chances of us going viral. So we would just put that right there. And yeah, but like I said, one-on-one coaching, and if y'all was in my lane too and in my shoes, you wouldn't be sitting up here doing that for free. Everything will come with a price. So one-on-one coaching isn't free at all. Of course, it costs us money, of course. But yeah. And I run hella channels. I run multiple channels. Most of my channels fail. And it's a thing with business. So, and the thing is too, my boy Devin Stanham. So let me show y'all DMs. Let me go and show y'all something real quick. I got connections to people that are actually YouTubers. Yeah, I probably wonder, oh, for real? Yes. So you can see, I asked my boy Devin Stanham, I have a question. Bro, have you had niches that ever fail, bro? And he said, of course, bro. He said, he said, of course, bro, all the time. And this is the real Devin Santa, by the way. So, he does one coaching too. He does coaching. He has a coaching business model where he coaches y'all on a coaching program. But yeah, but like I said, to work with me, bro, you can't be playing games because guess what? I'm teaching you not only ways, I'm teaching ways to blow up channels from 0 to millions of views. And I'm showing you how to, we basically learn from what works and we double down on it. So, this prompt over here, so where you got, when I give you access to this, alright, so you basically, you go basically attach this file to your ChatGPT chat, and it's gonna help you do double down on outliers, and that gives you a ViewJail. But yeah, but like I said, to work with me, bro, you can't be playing games because guess what? I'm teaching you not only ways, I'm teaching ways to blow up channels from 0 to millions of views. And I'm showing you how to, we basically learn from what works and we double down on it. So, basically, so this, alright, so yeah, so, and shorts is easier than y'all think. But right now, what I'm gonna do though is turn my camera off, of course, and yeah. I'm gonna turn my camera off, of course, so y'all can see my screen. And yeah. Alright, so it should be a little better now. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so the camera's off. And I want to say this too. When you have people around you, you're not focused, you're not going to get things done. So, you want to go somewhere where you can focus at because not only that, you're building a business that could bring you money for years. Like YouTube channels are businesses. YouTube channels, we don't do YouTube channels just for the money, for the clout. We're actually building a whole business behind us that could print us money for years. Could print us money for years, and you have years to come. Like, live streaming, bro, ain't where the money is really at, but I've always been a streamer ever since I love doing this job since I was little. But yeah, let me go ahead and turn my camera on a bit. But let me go ahead and switch over. So over here, I probably have way more space. Yeah, over here, I got way more space, so I could turn on my camera over here. Y'all can see me way better now. Yeah, being on my PC's in the shop, y'all probably can't really see as much, but my PC's in the shop, and but yeah, so you see right here, Battle Mine 1.9 million 1 year ago. He pulled at least 1 million views on his short, and it's all commentary related. Over here, I probably have way more space. Yeah, over here, I got way. And you see, he runs multiple channels. He don't just run. He runs multiple. So you see, there's a channel over here that runs multiple channels. All right, so we're gonna basically now get clips. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna use this clip for today. We're gonna basically come over there. We're gonna be using this clip. All right, yeah, we got Google Keep, so we're gonna be using this sheet right here. We're gonna be using this, and we're gonna use this clip, and we're using a YouTube video downloader tool. But yeah, YouTube video downloader tool. But I feel like when I got my haircut, I feel like it looked way more fresher than I didn't want to have dreads. I got my haircut literally yesterday, but yeah, I've been and got my haircut in March. I got my dreads cut. Man, I don't want that dread shit, bro. That shit is, it's terrible. It's terrible just like having it in your hair. You gotta keep getting retwisted. It's just a lot. So yeah. But let me go ahead and post on Twitter. I got that same haircut like Castanet got. And we're gonna use this clip, and we're using a YouTube video downloader tool. But yeah, YouTube video downloader tool. But I feel like when I got my haircut, I feel like it looked way more fresher than I didn't want to have dreads. I got my haircut literally yesterday, but yeah, I've been and got my haircut in March. All right, so we're gonna go to here. All right, let me go ahead and show y'all that I'm downloading this clip. But yeah, all right, let me go ahead and tell people on Twitter I'm live because I will be live again in March. So I am streaming every single day, and I don't stream for subscribers, and I stream to show y'all ways to grow, actual ways to grow. But yeah, that could bring y'all money for years. But anybody who's don't actually show the results, they're frauds. If they can't show you their channels and show you that they're actually printing, they're frauds. I wouldn't believe nothing coming their way, they're frauds. You feel me? So yeah, frauds. Fraudulence. But yeah, anybody who say that you could get rich fast, they're lying. I wouldn't believe none they say. And I wouldn't believe most of the things off the internet, because most of the stuff on the internet is fake. So yeah. All right, so let's go to here. Let's go to. Yeah. And most of the gurus who don't go live and basically show you their uploading process, like I said, I can't speak for everybody, but most of the gurus is frauds. Most of them are, but yeah. We're gonna be using a YouTube video downloader, so yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so this should be enough clips. Now what we go ahead and do is we go over to a YouTube video downloader. Alright, YouTube video downloader. And like I said, most niches do get patched. Most niches, YouTube are cracking down on them. So all the inauthentic ones with just images and slideshows, I mean, them videos aren't going to stay around for as long as you want them. It's going to be packed up eventually because YouTube's already threw out an update for that. They called out inauthentic for that. So yeah, YouTube video downloader. We're going to be using a YouTube video downloader tool. And we could use .mp3. We got .mp4. So we're going to basically go to here. And what this allows us to do is download these clips. Alright, so this is your media. Your media is processing. Alright, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is go to this. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is basically paste this over here. Y'all going to see me basically say, so what y'all about to see me do is basically see me take all these notes right here, everything from here. I'm gonna just place it inside a folder. So I'm gonna place it inside a folder because it's gonna be too much of me just having it all on my PC organized like that. So yeah, I'm gonna say skip. Yeah, but all the methods I at least show y'all is real. But like I said, most of the coaches who don't show you the actual source of them actually editing, uploading, doing a real production and them up their frauds. You feel me? And most coaches, I'm gonna expose the game. Most coaches who ran my teams, like they're not the ones actually running their channel. So. And you gotta think, they're not the ones running their channels, uploading on channels. So when I go to ask them, bro, how did you get views? How do you escape views? They don't know, bro. They don't know. They don't have questions to it. Because they're not the ones editing. They're not the ones uploading. Then they don't, you feel me? So yeah, they have teams and places behind them that do that for them. But yeah. All right, so let's go to this. All right, so we're going to be using we're going to be using CapCut. We're going to be using CapCut. We're going to be using 11 Labs. All these methods are literally free. Everything on my channel, I leaked my whole way. And yeah, so, and my goal is at least soon, make the news. I want to be known as the biggest Pittsburgh YouTube automation streamer worldwide to show his viewers ways to blow up channels from zero to millions of views, because this is some serious, you feel me? This is some serious shit. This isn't normal shit. These are actually proven to go viral ways. And we just get better from here. Better. Skill set just get better. We better go a long way with this shit. You feel me? We going a long way with this shit. And this channel soon is about to be out 1 million views. And like I said, when you see niches at least 344,000 views, and you're hitting at least 90%, 80%, now what it's time for you to do is double down. Take that title, give that title to AI, and if you want to, what you could do is go ahead and screenshot. So what I'm about to show you on the screen, you could screen record this, send it, and I'm about to show you something real quick. So what you could go ahead and do is screen record this or screenshot this prompt, and all you just do is give this prompt basically to AI. So what now this prompt is going to do is basically train AI so AI can stay basically on the fucking order for your channel, so you don't get fucking ViewJail, bro. You feel me? So you don't get fucking ViewJail. Fucking ViewJail, of course. And yeah, like I said, most of these coaches in this game is fraudulent as fuck. Fraudulent as hell. Straight up. Alright, so yeah. So you can see this right here. So let's say this, if you basically have an outlier with why British soldiers, you now make another follow-up to that video. You now make a follow-up video to that video. You probably ask me, why TayReese should you make a follow-up to that video? Because look, the algorithm already has data on our recent title, so, and it don't hurt to make another follow-up version of the similar title. But what you do is now get new script words. You don't want to use the same as that script over and over again. So you see how we have British armies right here, and then you can see today's script that we're using. So like I said, we're down the cusp, but I'm gonna show y'all an example. So this helps y'all escape zero ViewJail, because look, I have a lot of these prompts, and I have a lot of things that's made, and I'm made for this shit. But yeah. All right, so let's go to the bottom part right here, and you can see. So let's go back to 11 Labs, and you can see over 11 Labs, U.S. soldiers and British. So you can see that the starting of our hook is different. So we have different words, and you can see if we go over here, This is what the algorithm was hitting most of these short channels for. Inauthentic. And because they had scripts that wasn't lookalike scripts, templated scripts that look just like the same, like they was using the same hook over and over, the same words without changing it. And the algorithm don't care if you're using the same exact title right here, but you're just changing slightly the ending. And what I mean by it, because it helps with the custom, so you got follow-up versions of it. But yeah, and then you give it 5 to 10 videos of that similar versions of variations before you overchange it. All right, so yeah. All right, so what I now do is go to CapCut. All right, so we're going to now go to CapCut. We're going to use in CapCut. And what we're going to do is now get other clip search. But yeah, you say verify in CapCut, but yeah. And I gave you a whole way how to get CapCut everything for free on my YouTube channel, but yeah. So YouTube is not a get rich scheme. YouTube is a business thing where you build up a business that could bring you money for years. And like I said, most of your coaches you see on your videos are fraudulent ass niggas. Alright, so yeah. Alright, so what I'm going to do is basically drag this on here. And I'm going to drag this later on here. And then what I'm going to do is basically put this to... So now what I'm going to do is change over my... move my camera so where I can see my screen. Alright, so... Alright, so yeah. Alright, so now you can see... We have this military video right here, right? Alright, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mute this original audio. So we're gonna mute this audio. We're gonna go to audio mute. We're gonna basically mute it and move out this audio. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is basically come to this. And like I said, if the owners come through and give you out strikes, you could appeal it. You have 10 days, and if you try to delete your whole channel, I have access to YouTube employees. Just send me what I need. So if this happens, send me your URL, if you have a screen recorder of all your videos, send me a screen recorder of your videos. Send me everything that was basically on your channel. I'm going to get it sent over to my employee. And you probably ask me, what is I'm sipping on this morning? I'm sipping on coffee, bro. Coffee, so yeah. I'm working on ways where I have a YouTube employee through the chats. I have a chat way, so if many of your channels got banned, I could probably help y'all reinstate it, help YouTube do a review on it. So yeah, just send me over your emails, and yeah. I might have an employee try to look at it. Try to look at it for y'all and help y'all out. But yeah, we build up business over here. We don't build up business going to stick around forever. But yeah, this channel, Combat Madness, had 2 strikes already. So what I went through and just did was I appealed it, and the videos went right back up. The videos went right back up. So let me go ahead and show y'all what I'm talking about. I don't want to leak nothing real quick. So yeah, I don't want to leak nothing. I don't want to leak my... Because, you know, when you get strikes, they have you put in your address, you know? So I'm going to basically show y'all something real quick. But yeah. Alright, so... Let me go in and fix my screen real quick. Alright, so let me go in and turn this off. Let me show y'all my emails. I'm about to show y'all my emails with the owner. They tried to strike me 2 times, and I basically retrieved it and I got my access back. So yeah, let me show y'all. So you can see new copyright counter, and you can see everything right here. So we always win, bro. We always win no matter what, bro. This is encounter we've completed. We always win. We always win no matter what. We got YouTube employees riding for us. And YouTube employees, it's going to always be like that. YouTube ain't going to let TayReese get banned, bro. They're not going to let a creator like me go out. Come on, bro. But you can see basically the emails with me and YouTube. So you see, it took at least 10 days. He didn't appeal it. He didn't do nothing he was supposed to. And you see, Derek, Combat Man, TayReese, and Awkward Digitals right here, Copyright Act. We've completed processing your counter. This is encounter we've completed. You always win. We always win no matter what. We got YouTube employees around for us. This is the following videos have been restored. So you see, the following video have been restored. You see, the owner tried to go through and strike me, and he didn't win at all. So you see, right here, I had a YouTube employee that 10 days. It takes 10 days when you basically appeal it. But you could have a YouTube employee. I have a YouTube employee that could look at your strikes. So if y'all didn't do nothing, your video could go right back up, bro. Your video could go right back up if it's commentary and you transformed it. You can't just be stealing videos and not transforming it. You gotta transform it some type of way to make it different than the original one. This is the following videos have been restored. So you see, the following video have been restored. You see, the owner tried to go through and strike me, and he didn't win at all. So you see, right here. Yeah, so he tried to strike me, and he didn't win at all. YouTube put this video right back up. So, like I said, we built a brand that can stay around forever. Like Combat Man, I'm looking at Combat Man staying around for years. And I'm looking at scaling up more channels. We give channels at least 50 videos and see if we got closely to more than 300,000 views. If we have more than 300,000 views or 50 videos, then now what we do is double down on titles. But yeah. And we look at our retention right here. We gotta have like more than at least right here, more than 100% of viewers still stand. And you see, we wanna leave out the video 60% or at least 70% of viewers still watching. That tells us all about, oh, they're staying longer, maybe. And of course, not enough to go viral, but this could have been a bit higher, and this could have been a bit better right here, and this could have been a bit lower. But yeah. If you have more than 300,000 views or 50 videos, then now what we do is double down on titles. But yeah. And we look at our retention right here. Yeah, I probably asked me, oh, bro, it's not fair. No, I got YouTube employees actually riding for me because I told YouTube employees that I'm blowing up channels from 0 to millions of views. This is something serious, bro. But yeah, let me. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna now do is go to cap. We're gonna go over here, and what we're gonna do is basically, so we're gonna do like a scale up. So let me make sure the stream is good. Let me make sure everything's back to normal so y'all can see my screen. So when I'm editing, yeah. All right, so yeah. All right, y'all can see everything, right? All right, so if we wanted to right here, we could basically flip this over. So if we rotate this right here, we could basically split this right here, and then we'll rotate this, and we're gonna change this around than the original one. Yeah. All right, so. And we just zoom up to this right here. All right, so yeah, so y'all can see my screen. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is basically, so I'm gonna zoom this up, right? So I'm gonna split this, and I'm gonna zoom this up a bit right here. I'm gonna use an animation. I'm gonna use this thing called animations. We're gonna use basically drop down, and we're gonna use, so we're gonna go for durations at least 0 to 1.33 seconds right here. And yeah, all right, so I want to do that right there. All right, so now what I want to now do is get the voiceover. So, like I said, we have YouTube employees writing for us. When you're blowing up channels from 0 to millions of views, this is some serious shit. You feel me? Especially short channels. And I have ways for long form channels too, but like I said, none is a secret, bro. But yeah. All right, so what I want to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and download this. And we're going to go to this folder right here. We're going to drag this onto our canvas for CapCut. So, yeah, we're going to drag this onto our canvas. Yeah, we're going to just drag that voice over there. And now that we have the voiceover literally on CapCut. So, yeah, we have the voice over on CapCut, and yeah.
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can go through similar training, but the
All right, so now what we're going to do is basically go to text, go to your audio captions. We're going to now go to generate. We're going to go to generation. All right, before we fully get into the stream, I want to give you a shout out to my boy Olex. Olex YouTube, bro. I want to give you a shout out to my boy Olex. Bro, he started this. He had me started this shit, bro. He's the reason why I'm going as hard as I'm going. Before I went live, I was really over here watching Olex's video. 59 hours right here. You see? He spent 59 minutes right here. 59 minutes putting hours into this, bro. And you can see he was script writing and he was basically giving tips. And he said like
It's around 15 cents right now, which is about.
that. You see, 15 cents. And YouTube Shorts don't pay you as much. And like I said, you don't want to be in making like you're gonna make as much. You gotta work hard. You have to put in work if you're gonna play hard, go hard. You gotta work hard. You feel me? So to get those views, you gotta do everything you could do. So you gotta outliers, you gotta adjust, you gotta pivot, you gotta follow, double down. You gotta see what works. You gotta see what's causing your channel to not get a ViewJail. But like I said, Ulex inspired me a lot. And this is my boy over here. I'm cool with a lot of these YouTubers. I'm cool with them on Discord. So
let me show you how I.
And you can see he's doing literally everything I'm over. I touch on.
Because if you do like, let me show you how I make my clips so that they don't fit. Because if you do like this is way too zoomed in and it makes the quality lower. So what I usually do is make it around 225. The next one starts. So what I would do. So go here, clip it, then what titles in your videos. Clip with them in the center. Okay, I'm super sick, so sorry.
And you could say September 22nd, he was sick, and he was still on there, like, doing these videos. But yeah, so his name is Ulex. And you can see day 12, scaling of YouTube Shorts channel 10 to 10K a month.
Up, which allows him to get.
And you can see this is long form. So he basically took this clip, he downloaded this. He's doing everything I let you touch on, bro.
This song right here, because it is a pretty short song. Okay, what time did I want to start the video at? A 22-second script, so that's good. The next one starts. So what I would do for this is just group these together so that you don't have to select both of them all the time. Now look, they're grouped. So whenever I click on one of them, they automatically go together. So go here.
And practice is key if y'all want to get good at this. Don't think you're going to scale up fast overnight. It's practice. Practice a lot. And don't do YouTube for the subscribers. Not the subscribers don't matter on YouTube. When you go to post a video and it gets pushed to a wider audience, your subscribers didn't do that. Your video and your ideation, your idea, your title, your script is what did it.
Videos.
I will never stop streaming no matter what now.
This is proof that women are good at wrestling because this guy thought he would win her every time, but she proved why she's the boss.
And then you just want to clip it again. Action going on.
So he thought if he kept trying
on your video, we're just going to honestly combine it, honestly. So create compound clip. Middle. That's the middle.
Yeah, probably asked me what did he do when they birthed this? This is what he did. He showed it on video. So and Ulex is cool people. So like I said, and I want to give a shout out to my boy Ulex again. So Ulex is one of the legitest persons on YouTube. So I don't give a fuck if you say, oh, Ulex is selling this. Who fucking cares about what he's selling, bro? He's a real person. He gave you shit that these other fucking coaches would not give you, bro. He did it and he streamed it. He showed you how to edit it, upload it, download it. He showed you everything, bro. None of these fucking coaches would have never showed you this fucking shit. All they want to do is show you slop shit. Bullshit. They want to show you the actual sauce like this, bro. Me and Ulex is the fucking goats when it comes to this shit, bro. We can't be fucked with when it comes to this shit, bro. You feel me? But yeah, bro.
If he kept trying,
seriously, bro. Don't fuck with us when it comes to this shit, man.
What I usually do is
shit get evil, bro.
25% zoom.
We take this shit serious, dog. Who fucking cares about what he's
like this? Bro? And I don't like the black bars, right? So what you do is you take a second layer, you just copy and paste it. You
Ulex
put
is
it
a goat, bro.
Underneath it.
Straight up.
This over and over. Then you take
straight up
free version, okay? Then you take blur. It's a free effect. You put it under the bottom one, and boom. I know a lot of people probably already know it.
You feel me? But yeah, bro. Seriously, bro. Yeah, I love y'all chat though, but yeah. He said, yo, how long should I give a shorts channel? 150 videos. If you have close to, let's say if you hit 150 videos, when you hit over, if you have more than 300,000 views, now what it's time for you to do is double down and go to make follow-ups to what's already proven to work on your channel.
It's completely different.
Proof in the analytics. So if you escaped the 20K views, that means you got 40. Like if you have a short that they have 45K views, Now what it's time for you to do is to go back and make another follow-up to that version, change that ending, and use that, make it way stronger script. So now you basically give AI your old script, tell it to make you a stronger script, and you stick to one structure. You want to stick to the same structure. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna be live again tomorrow. So like I said, OLX is a GOAT. We have templates over here that you can use, and don't make no fucking excuses, bro. We gave you our fucking ways. You wanna know? Most coaches would have charged you fucking $5K for this shit in the motherfucking course, B. We gave you this shit for free, nigga. Be grateful, nigga. Straight up, dog. My dad is black. I can say nigga, bruh. Straight up. We gave you this shit for free. We was looking out for y'all niggas, bro. When all these coaches was on the YouTube platform scamming y'all niggas, G. Oh, yeah. Gave you our fucking ways. You wanna know? Most coaches would have
do this, but I'm just helping you out if you guys don't know how to do it. Next thing, what I do
straight up
is I just take the content, because
straight up
goofy ass video, bro. There's no wait until he taps out.
We gave you this shit for free. We was looking out for y'all niggas, bro. When all these coaches
You want to add tracking, okay? So
real shit, bro. Straight up. All right, so now we do. All right, so yeah, OLX is a GOAT. Shout out to OLX. Shout out to OLX, bro. Yeah, OLX is a GOAT. And he have more than one stream, so if you go to his channel right here, you see day 12, he has multiple of them. Like me, I have multiple of them where you can learn from. And yeah, so he has multiple of them right here. So you see, we go to his most popular. You can see 10K, you see 8 months ago, 10K views. It went from, and his video went from at least, it was stuck, when he first posted it right here, it was at 800 views. It went from 400 views first hour all the way up until, and the album kept pushing it, 800 views. So like I tell y'all, your videos get pushed. He went from 400 views to 10K. Like this video right here was great.
Girl was finishing first.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the cursing though. Moms out there, I apologize if your kids watch me. Moms, I'm sorry. I want your peoples and your students that your kids that get educated, bro. They don't teach them this in school. I gotta be one of the top G's. Even Speed's not gonna teach you the shit, bro. I gave y'all methods that other niggas that will fucking charge you for, nigga. You feel me, my nigga? Straight up. I'm sorry for
trying to steal.
Moms out there, I apologize if your kids watch me. Moms, I'm sorry. I want your peoples and your students that your kids that get educated, bro. You can see 400 views, 10K right here. He went up from 400 views all the way up there, 10K. So yeah, you can learn from this right here. But yeah, we the GOATs. We the GOATs. Straight up. I'm sorry for trying to steal.
What pairs nicely with space gazing? A spacious new SUV. Rent from our newest fleet yet.
At Terminix, we know how important it is to keep business moving. So we'll stop any pests that get in your way.
Today on Lewis A, I suggest Tira. Alright, fine.
I'll watch this later on. Alright, so yeah. So y'all can see that
on
everything over here is literally true. Everything over here really shows you the whole method. So you basically, you drag your clips over there, and then what you like to do, so if you want to move around your clips, and you can move them around. But if you basically want to group them again, so what you do is go to group, like Oleg said, you group it, and then we can move it around like that. So yeah. And if you basically want to ungroup it, what you do is ungroup it. So yeah.
High intent.
So what we do right here is basically go to this. And like I said, if you get copyright strikes, just appeal that shit or send it. So what I want you to do, send me your so you know how you got the ID right here, right, chat? And you have this ID right here. Send me your ID, your ID. Send me your YouTube video URL. I'll get it sent over to my rep. And we'll see what we could do. And I'll basically tell my rep that if they can help, we can see if they can help. But I'm working on getting employees outside of YouTube. Because guess what? I'm blowing up channels to millions of views, bro. With the ways. With the help of AI. Like, these are proven to go viral ways. I'm getting a YouTube rep outside of YouTube. I'm working on it. Send me your YouTube video URL. I'll get it sent over to my rep. And we'll see what we could do. Alright, so I'll basically tell my rep that if they can help. We can see if they can help. But I'm working on getting employees.
Experience feels completely.
YouTube because guess what? I'm blowing up channels to millions of views, bro. With the ways. With the help of AI. All right, so yeah, so what we want to do is basically go to this. Anybody could do it, by the way. And good luck to y'all in the chat too. I want y'all to really succeed. I don't want y'all to lose, bro. I hate when y'all be like, oh, I'm trying to lose. No, I want you to win, bro. You gotta feel motivated and feel motivated from these streams, like motivation, bro. I don't want you to feel like that. Don't feel like that. So and we all go through things in life, but it's cool. We get through it. Get through it and better ourselves. We experience things in our life. It's cool. Everybody ain't perfect. Everybody ain't fucking perfect, bro. Yeah. So let's go to over there. Good luck to y'all in the chat too. I want y'all to really succeed. I don't want y'all to lose, bro. We're gonna go to quick, and we're gonna use a black and white stroke. Like I told you, that's my favorite template I use. Motivated from these streams, like motivation, bro. Yeah, we're gonna use black and white stroke. I don't feel like that. So and we all go through things in life, but it's cool. We get through it. Get through it and better ourselves. We experience things in our life. It's cool. Everybody ain't perfect. Everybody ain't fucking perfect, bro. Yeah. So let's go to over here. All right, let's go over to quick. All right. We're gonna use this
And
right
once
here.
they adapt to that
This should work. This should work.
can go through similar.
This should work right here.
And once they adapt. And once
Alright,
they
let's go
adapt.
right here. That works too, and that also works right here. So we can use that. All right, yeah. Let me go ahead and post this on Twitter. But like I said, most gurus, when I show you this, they're just on Twitter to start a course. They're on Twitter to start a course. They're on Twitter to flex how much they made, and yeah. But me, I actually show you proof. So you could flex all you want once you scale up a channel. Like their methods leaked, and I'm leaking way more methods. I'm gonna soon probably make a channel where I react to guru videos, just react to plain guru videos, and we can have their methods in case they take down their videos. I reacted to it, so where y'all can have the video and you watch it. But yeah, I'm making a channel for that, so where I'm gonna sit there hours and react to a guru video, get my intakes on it, how I think about the video. But yeah. All right, so let me make a tweet on Twitter real quick. Yeah, thanks. And thanks a lot. But yeah, YouTube will never ban AI. YouTube will never take away AI. YouTube is even having AI invented in studios now. YouTube studios, and YouTube is allowing that. What they're not allowed, no, is you're using it in a bad way. You're using that bad way. Like let's say this. Let's say you bought a gun. And you get that gun and you try to use it on somebody in a bad way, you're getting hit with attempted murder and you're getting aggravated assault, many other things, deadly weapons, all that shit. So, same with AI. YouTube don't want you using AI in a harmful way on our platform that's gonna make it like YouTube want it better. They want to make it a better platform for creators like you. So yeah.
Performance focused, but in British training environment.
And I know most of y'all don't want to hear my bullshit, but hey, everything I say is facts. Everything I say is facts, and most shit I do, these coaches will never show you it on YouTube. Show you none of this shit on YouTube. They're gonna give you bullshit, and most of their methods is burnt the fuck out. Listen, most of their methods are burnt the fuck out.
And once they adapt it,
so yeah,
through similar training, but the experience feels completely different.
And CapCut is something that everybody could do. It's free.
In the U.S. military, training is very direct and structured.
All right, so for this font right here, we don't want to use this. We don't want to use this generic font. Yeah, fuck generic shit. We basically now want to use. So let's scroll down. We want to use something great. So we got up there. We got Cozy too. I'm liking these new fonts that they just added. I'm fucking with it. It's fire. We could use merchant. Let's see merchant. Let's see how merchant is. Oh, that shit fire.
Through similar.
All right, so we can use merchant. All right, we could use. There's a lot of these great fonts over here we can use. And everything we're getting on here for free, so y'all ain't got to worry about paying for it. I got y'all, bro.
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can
All right, so what we're going to do right here is...
is performance focused, but in British training.
All right, so yeah, I don't like this font, bro. I don't like the way I like it is. I'm gonna try something different. We're gonna try. So let's try this. Let's see how this is. All right, so this is the
British soldiers.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you have fonts where the viewers can see the text on screen, because you got to think when they're on their iPhone, only the short says their iPhone screen. The thing in the middle, only thing they're looking at is really the text on screen and what's going on with the images. So you want to make sure the text on screen is good.
Can go through similar training, but the experience feels.
All right, so if I go to my short right here, you can see basically, so for the bad parts of the script, you're going to highlight it red. You're going to highlight it red, and then for the good parts, you're going to highlight it green. So you want to highlight a few words green. So for this right here, we could, if we want to, we could highlight this performance. We could highlight it green because it's something that's good. But all the bad ones, we can highlight it. So we don't want to apply it all. So we're going to go to here. We want to apply it to green. So we're going to go to green. We're going to put this at green like this.
It's focused, but in British training environment.
And then over here for the bad words, you could just highlight it red. Some of them red. You don't gotta make all of them red, but it just helps so YouTube sees that it's different. See it is different. You add a creative vibe to it. Yeah. And I'm not good at every niche, and y'all not either, and most of the gurus not either. We're not a pro at none of every single fucking niche on YouTube. So I hate coaches that try to go out the way and try to be like they the king. Bro, you're not the king of shit, bro. You're not the king of shit. Bro, you're not the king of shit, bro. Who are you to say like you're a coach? I mean, you might know some shit, but you're not the king of shit. I'm not the king either. I run multiple channels though. All right, he said, "Yo, do you have a prompt for scripts?" Yeah, DM me on Discord. Here's my Discord. DM me. I'll send you a prompt. I have a few prompts over if you need it for scripts, and if you need the so where you could basically do follow-up versions, I can send you this. I can send you this right here, or I'll link it below the stream where you can check it out at. Yeah. So clip search, you can use Pixabay, you can use
Very direct instruction.
voiceover, you can use 11 Labs,
US.
and we're using literally CapCut. CapCut is free. And yo, big shout out to you, CapCut, for the everything, yo. Appreciate you. Yeah, shout out to CapCut. All right, so what we're gonna now do is go over to this, and we're gonna download this. Yeah, we're gonna download all these. Let's see incognito mode tab. Let's close this. Let's go to here. Let's go to Better Brain. All right, so I can see this short channel has 300 videos. And you can see his more. You can see 600 million views. You see, he's pulling consistent views like this. If you're looking for niches, but you don't want to replicate from these right here. Instead, you want to do what's already working. So you want to do what's already proven, like right here. You want to basically copy these right here, but you want to make your titles way different. You don't want to copy it exactly. You don't want to copy it exactly, and yeah, you're not making lookalike titles. You're basically doing what's working and making yours totally different from what's already out there. So let me show y'all, for example. So if I wanted to right here, I'm gonna show y'all a script editing method. So I'm gonna show y'all a method. So, and I'm using ChatGPT, by the way. When you use ChatGPT a folder, your ChatGPT is trained for that folder, so everything can come out. I'm gonna basically show y'all the title bending method real quick. How we could basically bend these titles to my lane using ChatGPT. And I'm gonna have it make me a prompt. I'm gonna make it a prompt, and I'm gonna just put the prompt below. So you see this is 428. I'm gonna put the prompt below. So yeah, that's my ChatGPT chat. I'm gonna put the prompt below. Yeah, but when you have people distracting you, you won't get shit done. Not at all, bro. Not at all. When you in a place where you just got you, bro, in your lane, you could get shit done. All right, so we're gonna go to his 23 million view. I'm gonna go ahead and basically give ChatGPT. You know what? So I'm gonna go to incognito mode tab, right? You know what? So let's go there. All right, let me make sure y'all can see my screen. I'm gonna show y'all the title bending method. All right, y'all can see it. All right, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to do is basically take all these proven titles right here, and we're gonna bend it to our lane. And soon on my channel, I'm gonna come out with a video where you could. So if you want to copy niches like this, you want to copy, for example, you want to go into the same sub niche. I'm gonna show you how to go into the same sub niche, but you don't want to. I've seen a lot of these channels do this, make mistakes. See what they would think they're doing is copying the channel word for word and making it look like title. That way it's patched. And you know who to blame. Blame your favorite gurus. Blame your favorite coaches. Blame your gurus. They're the ones who got everything patched, bro. You feel me? They're the ones who got everything patched, and yeah. So what I'm gonna do is copy this. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go to Control C, and I'm gonna show you how we can basically take these titles right here, and we can bend this to our angle. So what I'm gonna now have it do is basically come up, and I'm gonna type something like this. I'm gonna say just bend these to my angle, bend these to my lane, bend these to my lane. These titles, but for British, but bend it to my lane to go viral. I don't want to copy these exactly. So you never want to copy it exactly. You want to bend it over to your lane. Like you want to sub these down. You want to have a different sub these than what's already out there. So if you're basically seeing a channel, you're taking it for example. So you see right here, we did why US soldiers. This is why US British. Why US British soldiers. So we basically do this right here. So we have a title that never been done. We took what's already out there and we bent it over to our lane, and we could do as many British soldiers videos, and we won't get flagged. We won't get flagged at all because look, every single script is different, and every single title is different from the original one. And what can YouTube say? Oh, you have lookalike titles? They can't do shit about that, bro. They can't do shit about that, bro. It has nothing to do with mass produce. Every single script is different from the original one. I can see if you were spamming the same template of script over, and yeah, that's mass produced. But if you're having a different script from the different title, then it's original. It's original. It falls under fair use. And you can see right here, if we go to this combat ready right here, this channel has, you see right here, we have all these, you see all these titles right here. He has cartel, why Navy, why. So you see Navy, and it's fall behind these look like patterns. So this pattern is what made this channel viral. So we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We do what already worked, and we do it for us. So we do British, because we already have a video right here that perform as well British. So we're gonna stick to British. So yeah. All right. So you see core lane. So what I'm gonna have to do is basically make me a prompt for title bending over to my lane. So you took what already worked from my analytics and what fit my lane, and you bent it over from other niches, right, to mine. Alright, so what's now going to do is make us a prompt, and we could just copy and paste this, all this right here. So you see, master title bending plus viral trigger. We're going to copy and paste this over to our Google Docs note, and y'all can have access to this, but yeah. So this shit, like, this method is really easy for me, bro. So, and most niches don't blow up the way it blows up, but most niches has potential. So yeah, every niche won't go viral. It's with YouTube. Every single niche won't blow up. And YouTube has no problem with me streaming my methods. Like, you got to think this is something that I made. I'm going to say, I didn't make the AI shit, but my methods that I'm giving y'all is something that I made. It's something that I made, and it's something that I'm going to have streams out for decades for it. That most of these other coaches want to show y'all. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is scroll down a bit, scroll down. Alright, so what I'm now do is now basically copy and paste this over to our document. We're going to do Control C, Command C if you're on MacBook. Come over to here. Come to our notes. And we're going to paste this all over to our notes. That way we got it. Command V. So we have everything right here. And what I could do is attach this file or copy and paste this over to one of my chats, and boom, I have data on it. But yeah. Alright, so now what I want to do is now finish editing it.
Environments, discipline is still strict, just delivered in a different.
Alright, I feel like MacBook is way better. Alright, so what I now do is go to show this, and what I'm gonna do is scroll this up a bit. we're gonna basically zoom this. Oh, whoa. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the flying fuck? What we're gonna do is basically go to QBs.
British training environments, discipline is.
And what we're gonna do is now go to the middle part right here. And we're gonna
British training environments, discipline is still strict, just delivered in a different tone.
And what we could do is add sound effects if we want. We can add sound effects in here. So that's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start adding the sound effects now. All I just do is go over here. I'm gonna ask it, so tell me sound effects for each scene. Hook to pay off. And music. I need one music. So we can pick our music through here, and it's gonna basically tell sound effects. So we can have deep, cinematic, boom, hit. We basically come to here, command C. We're gonna basically come back over to here, audio. We're gonna come over to sound effects, command V. And what we're gonna do is basically paste that there, put that there, cinematic impact. We're gonna paste that below. Yeah, I have YouTube reps outside of YouTube. So if your channel been facing stuff, send me a screenshot. I'm gonna try to help you get it solved. I'm gonna try to help you get it solved. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do is now come over to here. I'm gonna basically paste this cinematic.
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers.
All right. We're gonna basically split that.
U.S. soldiers and British.
We're gonna turn this down just a tiny bit. So we're gonna turn this down just a tiny bit.
British.
Yeah. So we're gonna turn this down just a tiny bit like that.
Soldiers
and for the music, we're gonna have music. All right. So for this right here, for this part is we have transitions, we have effects. So if you want to use glow, this is how you do the glow method. It's my personal glow method. I'm gonna give y'all to add glow to the text so where it don't fuck with the clip. So what I do is I basically go to here. I basically go to effects, and I zoom this up a bit like that. I make this longer, and then what I like to do is I like to put this to at least, I like to mask this. I like to add mask. I like to make this little, tiny little like that. Put this in the middle part. And then most of y'all be rushing stuff for commentary. Ask one of y'all, bro, sit here and do it for 30 days straight and see if you get a channel monetized. You gotta think that this shit don't go quick. Your channels face ViewJail issues, and channels face a lot of things. Like YouTube ain't easy at all. YouTube is a hard game a bit.
And British soldiers can go through similar training, but the experience feels completely different. In the U.S. military, training is very direct and structured. Clear commands, high intensity, everything is.
All right, so y'all can see that it now has a glow. We have the glow for you can see the glow is basically on the green. So yeah. So that's my method of adding glow. But if you want to right here, what you do is create compound. And you create this as compound.
Clear commands, high intensity, everything is.
So, yeah, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can go through similar training, but the experience feels complete.
And if you want, you could basically go to here and you could turn this glow down just a tiny bit. So if you want to have six would be cool.
Perform.
We don't want to have it up, we don't want it to fuck up the clip.
Performance.
All right, so yeah. So now what we're going to do is add in more scenes. So you want to make sure you're transforming it every 5 to 7 seconds just because you don't want to get hit with reuse content. And
complete.
If your channel's got flag
US
for when you go to get monetized, what you got to do is show them these layers. And I have a reuse content method on my channel, so you go to it and you basically show them these layers, show them that you're transforming it every 5 to 7 seconds, and yeah. Most appeals it takes 90 days for you to reapply, but most appeals you win, most appeals you don't. And it's cool. So if you can't get a channel monetized, you go in and make another channel, and you get out one in 50 days of posting, and yeah, we don't judge a niche until we see consistent ABVs. What I mean by consistent ABVs, I mean it got to be hitting at least 80%. It gotta escape 20K views. So it got to be hitting 89% right here. ABVs, every percentage view, not 89%, 90%. And what does that is scripts. And yeah, you can see over on screen, the clips did not do this. The scripts is what did that. But yeah. All right, so what I'm going to now do is go to that. And we're going to go to Google Keep. All right. So what I'm gonna now do is go to cap. We're gonna go over here to YouTube, download it right here. We're gonna, whoa. So let's clear that. Let's exit that. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Let's go scroll up. Let's download. A crazy thing yesterday, chat, when I was in the car, my mom said, I'm glad my kid's not downtown because in my city, basically last weekend, there was a 16-year-old that shot somebody downtown in my city. So my mom said, I'm glad he's in the house and doing YouTube. Which I'm great. I love YouTube. You love YouTube. I love doing everything I do. I don't want to be caught up in the streets. You know, people in caught up in the streets live a low life. They get hurt. It's a lot of stuff that go behind that street shit. So me, I'm not into that. I'm not into that at all. It's not my thing. It's dangerous.
More
So what I'm gonna do is mute this.
humor under pressure. So when Americans, there's more
All right, so we could do is split this.
sarcasm, more understatement, more humor.
If you want to add enhancement to the voiceover, you could add enhancement. So it enhances the voiceover to make it like a little bit better, a little bit greater.
Under pressure. So when American soldiers train alongside,
we basically scale this up so we don't see these black and white parts. So we scaled up. Let me make sure my screen is right so you can still see my screen. All right, I can see it. The screen.
British for the first time, they
All right, so we're gonna go to enhance. We want to enhance this, and hey, also if you want to do this too, so basically, shout out to Ulex. Ulex showed this. So if you want to do this right here, what we basically do is we go to this, we copy this, we paste this, Control C, Control. Whoa. What is this? Oh, it's enhancing. So we go to here, Control C, Control V. Man, everybody can't do long form, bro. And long form, I'm gonna say short form is the way, especially for creators who don't want to do long form. Everybody don't want to do long form, bro. I have long form channels, yeah, and you need thumbnails, bro. And that shit takes time, you know. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is basically go over to here, and I'm gonna scale this up a bit. I'm gonna basically well, the ones who work hard would be the ones who get far, you know. The ones who lazy, they know that they won't get far with that. It's lazy shit, bro. Yeah. And the ones who work hard, shout out to you. Even if you work in a job, shout out to you, bro. We support it. Like, yeah. So you could do a job and still do YouTube on the side. you could work a job and still do YouTube on the side. I'm gonna keep giving y'all the great gems over here, bro. I ain't gonna never stop doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna go for myself. I ain't gonna go for nobody. I'm gonna go for myself. You know, these streams stand up forever. All right, so what we're gonna do is basically blur this right here.
So when American soldiers train alongside,
so if we went right here, we could basically zoom this out, and then what we could do, I heard Devin saying so we could show full screen, so we could zoom it in like
they
that.
often expect everything to feel serious all the time. Instead, they hear jokes during corrections or calm instructions delivered in a.
And if you want, if you want, you could change the font over here like this. So you could change the font one by one. So you could go right here. You could change this font like this. And you could go one by one and change the font. So I feel like changing the font makes it a bit better. And yeah. So when you change it one by one,
instructions delivered in a.
Yeah. And longer clips get pushed. But yeah, you know your scripts. And most shorts, I showed you if your shorts got basically stopped at 23 views. You wait 24 hours and you go the next day. And if you already if you compound this all together, so I know most PCs have where you compound and you can't go back. So what you could do is you could blur the subtitle and you'll just have AI give you a new script and you'll regenerate it and then you'll blur the subtitle and you'll add a new subtitle to it.
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can go through ironic tone, and that's where the confusion starts, because the.
All right, so yeah, all right, so let's basically split this. Let's add a flashback. So when you add that flashback,
confusion starts
it makes it a bit better.
Because the task is the same.
Yeah, it makes it a bit better. All right, so we could do.
Same, but the tone changes.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is basically go to Google Keep. We're gonna go to this, download this. And this will be the third cut. What we could do is paste this here. And what we're gonna do is download this. And we could get more clips and more clips using the keywords clip search thing that we used with ChatGPT earlier. So we just code that, and boom, we got it. So your media is currently paused, and what we're gonna do is basically go to the folder and we're gonna drag it over to CapCut. But you ask me, so is it bad to outsource? No, it saves you a bit of time. But when you edit yourself, you could see things the way you want it. But when you outsource, the editor makes the decision. So yeah, I'm gonna say you need skill set to outsource. So if you're new to YouTube automation, you don't want to outsource yet. I'm gonna say edit for yourself, and then once you have that skill set, and once you build up a channel and you feel like you need to outsource, then that's when you're capable of outsourcing. But right now, no, don't do that, because guess what? When you outsource, there's a lot of mistakes you can make. The editor won't know what to add to the clips. He won't know what scenes until you have. Basically, you gotta send him over the script, and you gotta send him over the idea, and you gotta tell him like. And I see a lot of people make these mistakes. So when they have teams, they will send their teams over 50K or even 80K view videos on small. You want to see, so let's say if there was a channel with an outlier, like a long form one went around 1K subscribers and they pulled at least 300K views, you would then download this thumbnail, send it over to your thumbnail designer or whatever, or you can even use ChatGPT to make the thumbnail. Or you'll see 300K views, see an outlier video, send it over to your editor, tell your editor, build up a team and have your editor. So can you work with this? Can you work with this? Can you do something better to this that we're gonna overbeat his idea so we can go in first place? And if he says yeah, work with him and see variations. Ask him to see a portfolio of his work. You don't just go up and pay random people to work with him. You gotta see a portfolio, see what he's working on, and see what out of your own eyes if you like his work, and if you think you like his work is a great fit, then work with him. Ask him a few questions, but yeah.
Extremely strict.
Alright, so what I want to do is mute this.
And that's where throws Americans off isn't the training itself.
Alright, so for Americans part right here, what I'm going to do is highlight this in red. Yeah, I don't just work with random people, bro. Alright, so for Americans right here, we'll basically highlight this in red.
Off isn't the grows American.
Alright, so if y'all wanted to right here add glow, you can add glow to it. So if you want to basically split this, you can split this right here. You can split this. So I'm gonna show you how to actually add this. I'm gonna show y'all some cool shit. Hey, for the ones who stay tuned right here throughout the whole stream, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. You're my boy. Hey, shout out to the real ones, for real supporters. Alright, so I'm gonna show you how to add glow. So you add glow like this, and we can have our glow.
What
like this.
throws Americans off?
Americans. So we can have glow like that, and then
Military environments, mindset matters just as much as execution. So what throws Americans off isn't the training itself, it's how relaxed it sounds while still being extremely strict.
Alright, so if we wanted to right here, we could add arrows. So I feel like arrows. So if we need arrows, we basically now come over to, I'm gonna show you how we could get arrows, PNGs. Circle, effect, PNGs. I'm gonna show you how we could basically add this arrow. So we want to go to here, images. He said, yo, you're an inspiration, TayReese. You went from doing Photoshop art, cover arts, and your friends told you you'll never make it, and now you're building up faceless channels. Yeah, bro, I'm an big ass inspiration, bro. I'm gonna say it ain't an easy grind at all, because I do gotta learn stuff, do gotta get good, but It's just that having a mindset of you staying consistent with it. You even you start out trash. Every creator that's big now, even Speed had uploads where it was garbage quality and then later on it still got views. You feel me? So it even had low views and it went up having good views. So that's what you should look at as inspiration. You shouldn't look at the mindset of him having millions now. You should look at where they started at and take that inspiration and you start low and work your way up and see how far you go. He said, "Is there something wrong with having a job, bro? There's nothing wrong with having a job. There's nothing wrong with having a job. You could have a job, and then after you get a few channels monetized, you feel like you're making as much, then you can sell, quit that job and tell them you're done. That'd be the herder right there when you tell them you're done though. So, and I've seen a lot of creators do that when they get channels monetized and they scale them up, they call their job, tell them they're done. That'd be the herder part right there. That'd be the dream they always wanted, where they ain't gotta go in, take off these from uploading, work a job, you know." But me, I had back issues, so there's a reason why I'm doing like these streams. Like when I grew up, I had back issues with my back and stuff where I couldn't even. And I was talking about hairdresser yesterday. That was cut my hair. She said
They adapt to that.
you can't work at Popeye. She said you have back issues because you see the way like I had back issues, so it's the reason why I'm doing these streams, like doing this YouTube automation stuff, because I can't get out and I gotta work for my PC. Basically, like Max have back issues too. Like we grow up differently. You feel me? We don't make excuses. We don't make excuses. You can still get a job. You feel me? You can get a job at your PC though.
Environments, mindset matters just as much as execution.
Yeah, scripts play a big role. Like probably seen Armstrong. I'm gonna say Arm Stories. He's a big inspiration, bro. Arm Stories is a big inspiration, but I can say he's one of my competitors. His niche itself wasn't love. Like when I go to, I see that he's pulling all them views. I see that them scripts is what made that his channel blow up the way it did. You can see a lot of these videos. A lot of these videos aren't hard edited. So you can see most popular 24 million views 2 years ago, and we look at the consistent views. Like we can see that pattern. You see the new super. You see it's the patterns. It's the patterns the most expensive, and you can see he's getting a new idea. So he's falling behind the pattern. You can see why, and you can see this, what, F18. So he's falling behind the pattern. When you have a channel pattern, it's easy for the algorithm to recognize your niche. All right, so what we're now going to do is now go over to the ending part, and that's why I said YouTube has never seen nothing like this before. So these streams I do, this is rare. This is gold, man. I can say this is gold, man, because the algorithm has never seen a great streamer like this, like me, that can sit up here and do this hours long, like people. All right, so for some of these download tools, when pop-ups open up, you want to close it. You just want to close it so you don't get a virus on your PC. Well, people who don't sit and do shit, they won't never make it in life. I'm sorry for my language. They will never be shit.
But
The ones who do have some that they going on in their job, they will be the ones who make it. The ones who take action with their YouTube channels.
first,
Lazy people will never make it far. He said, "Why did you stop designing? I wasn't getting no clients. All my pages was getting banned, so that's when I said, you know what? Fuck this shit." I made a conclusion. I said, fuck this shit, and I came to doing YouTube automation faceless channels. Like all my pages was getting banned by haters. So I said, you know what? I'm done with this shit. I'm not gonna keep doing this shit. I'm not no fucking kid. I have better shit to do, bro. You feel me? So yeah. Alright, so what we could do is basically blur this top one right here. Yeah, all my Instagram pages was getting banned by haters. So I came to a conclusion where now I stream. Now I stream and I do only this. I don't do nothing else but just stream. So we could just go to here. We add this like that. We add that, and we could basically now add another one. We gotta hit the plus, and we bird this at the bottom. So we bird this at the bottom, and yeah, we bird this at the bottom like that. And you start off with shitty quality and get better. Like speed started shitty, bro. And I'm not on no dick riding shit. I'm being honest with y'all, bro. Every YouTuber was in a point where they ain't have good quality, and they still found the way to do it.
To that difference, they stop noticing it completely. But at first, it feels like nothing makes sense. U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can...
All right, so now what I want to do is now get music. So, yeah. We're going to get this posted to YouTube. And we'll be doing a metadata, like the file injections, file array name stuff. We're going to do that. All right, so for this part, now what I want to do is add music. He said, yo, TayReese, can I copy you? I have no problem with you doing that, but go ahead, bro. See, me, go ahead. As long as you grinding, all I want you to do is show that people that you can really do it. Even if you fail, it's cool to fail. You're comfortable failing. You too comfortable fail. Even Devin Sanders failed. It's failed many times. And it's fine. And it's not no get rich scheme. All right, so we're going to turn this down a bit.
Go through similar training.
And I was like yesterday where the YouTube UPS driver, and he was like, yo, you still do YouTube? He was asking me if I rap it. I said, no, I don't rap. He said, you still do YouTube channel, you still do YouTube, Facebook channel. I said, yeah, I still stream. He said, yo, your motivation for, I said, yo, appreciate you a lot, for real, bro. Appreciate. He said, yeah, that's what's up, bro. I said, yeah, thanks a lot.
That's where
he was out front, the UPS driver.
Confusion starts, because the task is the same, but the tone changes how it feels. And in military environments, mindset matters just as much as execution.
All right, so yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do is now go up to this. We're gonna create compound, and when we create this compound,
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can go through similar training, but the experience.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is turn this motion blur all the way down to 0. And if we want to, we could go to Control Z, so we don't even gotta close this.
Is performance focused. But in British training environments, discipline is still strict, just delivered in a different tone. There's more sarcasm.
Hey, and shout out to all the ones who really do take action for real. You gonna make it far. And I want to say, just because you facing ViewJail issues, I face it too, bro. We work through it. We keep working through it, and we have prompts to help us out get through it. And this prompt, by the way, right now, hey, yo. Whoever's still in the stream, you made it, and you got this. Congratulations. I'm about to link it below the stream. I was supposed to leak this, but hey, fuck it. I'm going to say one-on-one coaching. Now that, I might got to charge out for that. I got to go out my way to one-on-one coach out. I don't sell courses. I don't do that course shit. But me, personally, when I'm off stream and you need me to one-on-one coach you, that's going to be a lot, bro. Because I got to take the time out of my day for me blowing up a channel to come coach you. That's a lot right there. And getting views. So one thing you said, I have experience, bro. This method that I'm showing, I wasn't even supposed to leak this, bro. And I leaked it on every single, more than 500 stream. I was supposed to keep this shit a secret. I went ahead and I ratted it out my whole way. I went ahead and I leaked my whole entire method. I was supposed to do this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go to share with others. And you see loading. We're going to go to anyone can get this link. It's going to be below the stream where you can check it out at. So, the ones who stayed through, hey, congratulations. Congratulations, bro. And if y'all want this right here, this one, I'm going to give y'all this. I'm going to give y'all this one right here. I'm not no gatekeeper, bro. Just because I said I want to... And chat knows, just because I said I want to do one-on-one coaching don't mean that I'm a fucking scammer. It means that I want to one-on-one coach you, and I want to get you on a Discord call, and you're gonna be talking to me. Not no sales rep, me, TayReese, the one who you're seeing right now on camera. And you're gonna give me roll to your channel. So if I got a one-on-one coach you, the price will be $100 to $200. You'll give me roll right here, upload roll. And so if you go to channel permissions, you'll give me role. You're gonna give me role to your channel. And once you give me role, I'm able to go through your analytics to see what's causing you to get ViewJail. What's the reason behind this ViewJail issues? What's causing you to get this? And I'm gonna help you overcome this. Over better this. Yeah, like most of us don't like arguing because we have a business, bro. Like Devin Stanhope don't like arguing. I don't like arguing. None of us do. We don't like getting into chaos. We're YouTubers. We have an image. We have an image. That could fuck up our image. Anything that could fuck up your image. Ruin your image. Alright, so yeah, we go to format TayReese. I already gave y'all access to that, I think. It's just format scanner. You already get y'all access to that. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is say that, and y'all gonna have access to it. But yeah. All right. So now what to do is get this posted to YouTube.
Off isn't the training itself; it's how relaxed it sounds.
The stream will be the ones who make it far. Like I said. All right. So. What we're now going to do is get it posted. All right, so the structure I'm using, if y'all wondering, oh, what structure you're using, TayReese? I'm using this structure. This is my structure right here. So I'm using hook, shock, I'm using payoff, I'm using visuals right here, I'm using explains, I'm using escalates, I'm using final. This is my exact structure right here I'm using. So if you're wondering it, bro, this is the exact structure I'm using. And I know most niches dial and most niches can't make it to 10 million views. What? I'm gonna say this. Everybody faces ViewJail issues. Don't feel like, oh, you're not no fucking different, bro. You're not no different. You're not Mr. Beast. You feel me? Mr. Beast was at a point where he was facing ViewJail issues ViewJail is where you go to post a video, and the video, the algorithm feel like the video is not as good to push it out, and the views, you see your real-time views start dropping back down to 0. So you can see it go to 2K, and then now when it drop down, and that's because what you do is you better your scripts, you stick to a pattern, and you see what's causing your channel to get ViewJail the way it is. And most people they overthink it and thinking they could just go to random titles. They don't analyze why their analytics or their channel is getting ViewJail the way it is. Alright, so the title we're going to be using is I don't know what those other coaches do. I can speak for myself, bro. I can't speak for other niggas, bro. You feel me? So yeah. I can't speak for other niggas, B. Alright, so we want to go up and do. And you see we use hooks, setup, contrast, twist, payoff. And this is 60 seconds right here. A built universal structure. And yeah. It's up to y'all. If y'all want to pay me one-on-one coaching, go ahead. I'm not fucking abusing y'all or holding a fucking gun up y'all head or face for y'all to help me, guide y'all to harass y'all to help me one-on-one coach y'all, bro. No. If you want to work with me, just let me know in Discord. Come to me, DM me, add me, and let me know. If not, then you're on your own. You have the streams, and you can work through yourself. See the reason why I analyze you, ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini. There's AI tools out there that's free. I don't know. Just practice. That's all. But if y'all, it's different. So yeah, streaming. So let's go up to this. Scroll up a bit. And this is the script that we use for today. And we're gonna be using this title. So yeah, we're gonna use this title while U.S. soldiers. So we're gonna copy that. We're gonna go to here. We're gonna go back to this folder. Like I said, when you have a folder of projects, it has memories of everything you said throughout your chats. So we basically rename it for .mp4. So this is, I can't rename it, and this is U.S. soldier. So we go to this right here. We'll go to copy. And we'll go over there. Let me make sure I see my screen though. So I can see this. So yeah, so now we just do is minimize that. We now go over to our folder. We go to applications. We go to CapCut. We go to CapCut. We go to user data. And there's 3 folders. We get your user data. You go to cautions. You go over to motion blur. He said, yo, speed will always be bigger than you and always be better than you. Cool. Cool, bro. Cool. Go for you. Go for speed. I'm going to say speed. All speed does is do tours, though. Me, I'll show you ways to grow. I will always be a coach and never change my niche or never change my channel the way I do. And I don't care if I get 32 views, it's motivation to me. Motivation for me to stay consistent and see what works more. So what I want to do is basically upload that. And yeah, so what we're going to do, though, is we're going to give credit. We're going to give credit just because, chat, I don't trust these owners. So if these owners try to take me down, I can bill it. I can bill it and the video will be right back up. And their lazy ass ain't going to go to court to get a document to tell the reason why they struck my videos. They're not going to do that. I know for a fact. They're not going to go in the courtroom and get a document. Because, bro, you're not going to win. Everything is done on camera. I'm transforming it, bro. I'm doing everything I could do to make sure it's different than the original one. Like, yeah, their lazy ass is not going to go to the courtroom and get me fucking papers. You're not doing that shit. You're just not, bro. You're just not fucking not. Word 2. You feel me? But yeah. So what I'm going to do is go to here. I'm gonna basically say add credits. And I'm going to just tell it I need add credits. So I'm going to basically go to Gemini right here. I'm going to paste these URLs. And I'm going to say add credits for example. I'm going to say for example. I'm going to say for example. Like this. But mine's is military. My today title is this. Just include the URLs. I linked it on top. Here's my title today. So we basically use Gemini. So Gemini could get us the description. Everything I've been telling y'all. So we now go back over to here. We now go back to this. And I want to say this too. The ones who's in the street shit don't get you far. It might be good money. It don't. What do you get out of this? What do you get out of this, bro? I'm gonna just say, just work a job, do YouTube, and live life. Live life to the fullest thing, because we're not gonna be here to living forever. You feel me? We don't live forever. All right, so you see, we basically give credit to the owners. We basically told that we need that for example right here. So yeah, and I can see. So this is U.S. military. So what it's gonna do is I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go over to this. Yeah, live life to the fullest thing. You don't live forever, bro. Not for sure. So what I'm gonna do is basically tell it all these links. Give credit to all these owners on these links. Give credits to all these owners on these links. Just give credit with that. And also, if y'all need this, I will link this below. I'll link this below the stream where you can check this out at for the description to give credit to the owners. So yeah. So No, watch. No, watch the links and give credits to their ads. So you could go to open the docs and you can see that it mixes a whole description with credits. So it's gonna say connecting to YouTube. And like I said, I'll be giving y'all access to this so where y'all can have it. Access to all this, so yeah. So you can see this is now basically, so this is your choice. You can see that we have credits to all of our owners over. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say this is more helpful. So now what we're gonna do is give credit. So like I said, I will be giving y'all access to this so where y'all can check this out at. So this will help y'all out, but yeah. But if y'all like today's stream, be sure to drop a like. There's no gonna be no other streamer do it like me. I promise to God there's not. These people are going to tax you and going to have you pay for this in the course. It's like with the gurus, it's a money thing, you know. Man, I get it, you need money and all this vibe, but it's like they make it like it's easy, bro. You know, I don't like the shit they do. And I ain't against. I love white people, bro. I love white people. I love my color, my skin color. I love the black community. I support both. I'm not a fucking racist like Chud. You feel me? So not at all. My dad's black. I just don't like the way how they do shit with these courses, and then they try to scam y'all with it, and then they try to bat it in our face. Oh, fuck you. Oh, you failed your channel. Oh, what channels did you scale up? You know how they coach it? Like, forget they're frauds. Chat, they're fucking frauds, bro. Most of them are frauds. Alright, so what we just do is go to here, see for others. I'm going to give y'all access to, so I'm going to go right here. I'm going to put access to this below this stream, so where y'all can check it out at. So it'll be TayReese over to get credits right here. And I'm going to paste this right here so y'all can access this. So yeah, so all y'all just got to do is attach it to your chat, and you'll give it your URLs and tell it write me a description like this with credits. So all you just do is come up to this. You're going to basically go to here. I'm going to show y'all for example. So for the ones who stay tuned throughout the streams, I appreciate you a lot. Thanks a lot. So you'll go to here, you'll go to the file below, you'll attach it here, and you'll give it your description. So you say, give credits to these owners. And you'll send it your URL. So you'll go to URLs, and you're going to give it your URLs. But y'all know the way to do it. I taught y'all, bro. And yeah. But now what we're going to do is get it posted to YouTube, and the stream is now by the end. I'm going to see y'all again midnight for the next stream. But yeah. But like I said, I don't care if you're ViewJail, if in East, don't give up, bro. There's ways to work around ways, and yeah, there's ways to better it. Just don't give up. Even if you have thoughts about, oh, I'm suck, whatever. I had thoughts about that, bro. I had people come to me tell me I was a fucking idiot. I was retarded, slow, retarded, sped. I don't let words get to me, bro. One thing for sure. You can't let words get to you. Let your haters live on in reality, and they're going to, and you feel me? So they're going to be ones hating while you going to be the ones still growing. So you let your haters win, bro, and just do you, bro. I don't pay attention to it. I don't let negativity stop me. Even when I have low views. Because I know I'm somebody. I know that I taught y'all ways, and I know that I'm teaching y'all what's right. So we'll go to this. And I'm doing everything I could do. We will private that. We gave credit to the owners, so we're going to basically private that. Content shorts. And make sure you're going to be posting every day, too, because you don't want your monthly audience, because you can see that I missed some days and it died out, which wasn't great. So you relate it right here. So when you're at related this, what you want to do is put British. So you want to put one of your related videos that you made related to this topic. That's why I say it's good to do follow-ups to videos like this. It's good to do follow-ups. All right, so what we're going to do is put ultra content, yes. And what we're going to do is also, we're not going to put text. We're going to make sure education. Education, yeah. All right, so, and I want to basically explain y'all this monthly audience stuff. So if we come over to here, So for monthly audiences, so you don't want to be keep looking at your. So you see right here, this dropped down because we wasn't staying as consistent. You want to be posting every single day. You want your casual viewers right here. You want your new viewers to be 94%, and you want your casual to be like 50%, 50%, and you want this to be 90%, 50%. So you gotta be posting every single day for the YouTube algorithm to build up that data. And you see modern right here. You see modern. That means you don't want to do anything that's low. That means that shit is ass. So that's why I said it's good for y'all to copy all this to your ChatGPT chat, to the files that is attached to your chat, and you're gonna basically give it all this data, and it's gonna see what's performing as well right here, what's on high, and you will do another follow up to that variation. You will just change the ending part, cause it means it works. It works, and you already went viral for it, and you want to do it for like 10 to 15 videos. But yeah. And I give y'all what's
US
easier for me. I'm
soldiers
not a pro at all at coaching. I try and I forget things, and yeah. But I just know as much because I study.
British soldiers can go through.
When you're like, I put my heart on the line and study for this shit. My soul on the line. Damn there. We go to incognito mode. We paste his hair.
U.S. soldiers and.
Yeah, we got to post it, but yeah. Voiceovers could be a bit better. Every single voiceover won't be good, which is fine. So we duplicate that. And I'm gonna wait until I get an album push to show that it's legit. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't scam at all. And you can see the calendar right here. You see this is Saturday right here. Saturday, May 23rd, 2:32 p.m. See, this is Saturday. And I'm in Pittsburgh, by the way. And this is live, but yeah. So you can see we're gonna go to the channel, no views, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna escape that zero ViewJail mark. But escaping ViewJail mark is you do what's already do. So if you have a most popular vid, you do lookalike titles. You want to do follow-ups to that video because you want to pivot that yet. Because that's why I already work for your channel. You want to do like 10 to 15 more versions of it. That's what we're gonna stick to. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do is basically tell it that I got it posted. I'm gonna come back over to my caps and I'm gonna show y'all. This is where y'all fuck up at. This is where y'all fuck up at. Because when y'all post a video and it goes viral, you don't know next what to do next. You feel like the brain is out. It throws you off a bit. I'm going to show y'all. And this is what coaches won't fucking show you, bro. Like, fuck the gurus. So you can see right here, we go to this. So what we just do is paste this here. And we're going to basically go scroll up a bit, and I'm going to basically tell it, so we have our chat. So I say, I posted this just now. What do I post next? Another follow-up, right, to this. All right, so what we want to do is go over to our studio, right? We want to click this arrow. And being that we did that, that means it helped us escape zero ViewJail. It helps us escape that zero ViewJail mark so we don't be stuck. All right, so next we want to do is go over to audience. And what we want to do is copy everything you see right here. So we're going to copy this. We're going to then give this over back to ChatGPT. And like I said, ChatGPT is better too. Only thing I use is ChatGPT, Copilot, and Gemini. I don't use nothing else. So what's the next follow-up title I do? I did these. I just posted the one you told me to do. And what I'm going to do too is go back over to here. I'm going to get the script. So the script that we use right here today, I'm going to just give it all this data. So and I want to say, when you're listening to coaches and coaches are telling you the 1,000 nieces, you will feel thrown off too. That's why I don't listen to their shit. I don't listen to their shit. Because they're all fucking liars. Fucking gurus. What title do I do next? And below the stream, y'all gonna have access to it. So I'm gonna share this right now to y'all, and y'all gonna have access to it. So I'm gonna share right now, share. And y'all gonna have access to this. Like I said, YouTube, everybody can't do YouTube, which is fine. The ones who could do it will be the ones who make it far. Like, I mean, yeah. And most people be like, oh, I can't do it. Yes, you could. If you study, you could do it. But when you tell yourself and brag yourself like you can't do it, then you gotta get out that lane. You gotta get out that mindset. Like you can do because you could do. Either you just streamed it. So don't make excuses. And yeah. You feel me? YouTube is a hard game and it's cool. We better ourselves, we practice. Practice is key. You can review this chat. You have access to this. You can review it on your own. Go through it. TayReese is try to be T. Try to be T. And like I said, I'm gonna be marking nobody on YouTube is better than me when it comes to this, bro. I don't give a fuck who you is. I don't care. Me and Ulex is the GOAT. Me and Romero is the GOAT. Nobody's better than me, bro, when it comes to this shit, bro. Especially this shit like this, me streaming this shit. Alright, so you can see it says you posted why US soldiers says that is the one winning core. It says right now, so it says your next move is not the pivot, is do a follow-up crusher. So our next video will be another follow-up to this one. So we'll do this one next, and yeah. So that's where people fuck up at. Cause y'all don't be knowing what to do what's next. Y'all be wanting to just post random videos, and that's why you get ViewJail. It's because you don't know how to do a follow-up in your cluster. So what I'm going to do is paste this right here below. And I also gave y'all the ChatGPT chat literally on this chat right here. So if you check it, it's literally right here. But yeah. But that's all I have for y'all, bro. I'm going to see you on the next stream. Mentally, streaming is hard. Streaming is hard. It's not an easy job. But I can say that mentally, I'm stable to do this. You feel me? When you did it so many times, you're going to keep doing it over and over again. Like, you become a beast at it. You don't become a beast at YouTube overnight. Gurus study, gurus have teams, gurus have things in place. But me, I'm doing everything myself. I'm a soon hire a team, but right now I feel like I'm just so good at where I could do it myself. All right, so yeah. So what we're gonna do is engage with it, and yeah, we're gonna engage with it, and it should escape five views, but yeah, we're gonna engage with it.
U.S. soldiers and British soldiers can go through.
So you want to do this off a few accounts, and yeah. But I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. The stream is now ending. See y'all, chat. We out. We got to post it, but we out. And I want to show y'all my analytics again so y'all can see it on my line. I run multiple channels. So when people unsub on this channel, I don't pay no attention, bro. I really don't care about it, bro. Because I know that I work hard. I know that I am somebody, and I know that I'm going to continue to be somebody. You feel me? I'm somebody that's proving all my haters wrong, and I'm proving you could do it. But yeah. But I'm going to show you my other channel right here. And I run multiple channels like Devin Sanif. Devin Sanif just has editors who's editing for him, but we run multiple channels. We both do. We're better than some of your favorite coaches. We're always on top. We're better than some of these fuckers. Most of these fuckers. Like this guy right here is a coach. He don't know shit about
Instagram just killed reposting, but
he's a fucking coach. Same with Raisin. He's a coach. Guru. Don't know shit about what they're talking about. Same with this guy right here. Fucking guru. All they're just doing is to show y'all what they made. They're not showing y'all this shit I'm showing y'all, bro. Like I said, when it come to you, they can't fuck with me when it come to this
Instagram
shit,
just killed reposting, but
I don't care how good they videos are, how edited. If you pay 300, you ain't fucking with me when it come to this shit, bro. But yeah, y'all keep grinding though. And the ones who really stable to do it is gonna be the ones who make it far. And this channel right here is about to hit 100K views, probably on the next or two uploads. So yeah, and then I have my chat to revive it. So over here, basically what I did was I gave it everything that I did for the British one. I gave it the chat over here. So I'm gonna share up the folder. We use ChatGPT. ChatGPT is way easier, but yeah, I'm gonna show y'all. So we're gonna go to here. We're gonna go to projects. And we're gonna go over to. So you're gonna see combat man TayReese scripts. All right, so what we're gonna do is basically go over the hidden assist right here. So y'all can see that I made a whole folder of hidden assist. I made a whole folder for the title. So you see, I basically what I did last night, what I gave it everything that was literally what I was using literally for my, and yeah, copy and paste it here. So y'all can see literally. So and I'm probably about to for this one, but yeah, you can see why police pulled a discovery. I gave my old title, and yeah. But like I said, the ones who take action will be the ones who make the fire. So you see, this whole chat right here, I basically gave it everything from that folder. I gave it everything from that Google Docs folder right here, copy and paste it. We have everything we need, literally everything we need. But I'm out though. And if y'all want this, I'll put this below. I gotta put my name on it though, cause I know how these fuck niggas get these coaches. You know how these fuck niggas get, bro. Coaches. All right, so I'm gonna go to here. And like I said, you could start a channel from scratch and go to that mug that 18 million views. This shit is not luck, bro. It's just not luck, bro. It's just got proven. I have proven to go viral systems and things in place. Try to be T. It's gonna take y'all a few months though. It ain't gonna, cause you gotta get the ViewJail issues, but yeah. But once you know how to escape the ViewJail, it's gonna be easier than y'all think. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. Copy this. Paste this here. And the stream is now ending. I'm gonna see y'all again tomorrow. We out though. TayReese. Yeah, we out. Yep, we out.